The Invest in Her podcast is brought to you in part by Wells Fargo Bank. Hi, I'm Catherine Gray, founder of She Angel Investors and co-founder of the She Angels Foundation. I'm also the podcast host of Invest in Her and an award-winning producer, author, and TEDx speaker. Our show, Invest in Her, features phenomenal female founders and funders. As you know, women receive less than 2% of venture capital funding. Our series is about accelerating the funding of women by connecting them to funding resources. Let's meet today's guest. Welcome to this week's episode of Invest in Her. I'm your host, Catherine Gray, founder of She Angel Investors and co-founder of the She Angels Foundation, and more recently, producer of the movie, Show Her the Money. And I am so excited to have on another filmmaker friend of mine today, along with another dear friend. Let me introduce you to these incredible women who are our guests today. We have Roslyn Kind, who is a multi-talented entertainer. She has traveled the world singing with her sister, Barbra Streisand. You probably heard of her. And also performed on Broadway, in television, in movies. And then also our other guest is the amazing Monique Impagliazzo, who is an incredible director of films. She had a short out called Turkey's Done that featured Sherry O'Terry from Saturday Night Live, won all kinds of awards, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Comedy, and all kinds of film festivals. And now these two women have teamed up to create a new music video that's coming out of Roz's music. Please welcome to the show, Monique Impagliazzo and Roslyn Kind. Hi, girls. How are you?
Great. How are you, sweetheart?
Yeah, I had to give this long introduction of how amazing you both are.
You did amazing at remembering.
There was a lot to get out.
Well, you know, you both had incredible journeys, and then it's so great that you've come together to make this new music video that's coming out. I know everybody's going to want to see the video and download this new music that you have, Roz. I love that, you know, you've had this long career, and what I love is when women, I'm going to call us in our prime, are still doing great new things out there, doing what we love, making an impact on the world. And I think that's what you two are doing. So yeah, let's talk about the new music video coming out. It's called The Look of Love, and it actually drops today.
Exactly. Exactly. It's a medley, right, Roz? So we have The Look of Love.
It's The Look of Love and The Island. So we have Backrack and David, and we have Yvonne Lins with the English lyrics by Marilyn Allen Bergman on The Island. Very simple.
I mean, that's some incredible people involved with that music. That's unbelievable. And I love that you're dropping it on Valentine's Day. What better day for The Look of Love and The Island than Valentine's Day, right?
And hopefully it's making a point, because we went into it with a storyline. We created a movie around the songs. And when Monique and I met, it was like, well, how do you see this? How do you want this to be? And I came up, I kind of think about it for a while, because I just love the two songs, and I used to do each one of them separately in my performances. And then one day I came across it. I said to myself, I'm doing a new show. And I said, gosh, I could put these two together, because I love acting pieces when I sing. So
I love that.
I did that. I performed it with piano and then with trio, but I wasn't happy till I had it fully orchestrated and recorded it. And that is what we built the video around. That's what Monique helped me tell the story. She's a fabulous director, great to work with. We had a very happy set.
Yeah, let's talk about how you two met, because Monique, you also worked on some films with Barwood, which is Rosalyn's sister, Barbra Streisand's company that produces films. And you had the ability to work on some of her films. And now you get to work on her sister's films with Roz on this music video. And can I just say, it sounds like you're both doing what you love?
We are.
And we love working with each other.
We do.
We have a
You
great.
you couldn't have synced up that answer better.
We do. We met on Barbara's tour back to Brooklyn. We did the American and Canadian tour back in 2012. And 2013, we went to Europe. We were in Jerusalem and Tel Aviv together, Razi and I, which was so much fun. And then we kind of came back together because of a mutual friend, which you also know too, Catherine, Nicole
Right.
Guest.
Nicole Guest, yes.
Had a dinner this time last year, actually, Razi, right? And
Nicole actually introduced me to you,
time?
Monique, and
say
then
again, Catherine.
and then Nicole introduced me to you. So
Right.
Nicole is the catalyst for bringing us all together.
Right, exactly. We met around Christmas time, and because when Nicole was in town, and we all had dinner.
Right.
That's when
Yes.
we met, and you guys were coming and doing something else that night. But
Yes.
I was leaving, and Nicole was going back to New York with her daughter. And then,
Yes.
and then, why don't you guys make a video?
Exactly. We were having
That's
dinner.
what happened.
I just finished directing Malik Hanna. His new music video was "Which Way to Go," which we had released back in September, and
it actually opened our
yes.
show for the money in Philly at the Women's Festival.
Yes, the Women's
We've had a lot of crossover in all we've been doing this past year.
A lot of cross paths, which is amazing. And we were having dinner, and also too, my wife was sitting across the table from Roz, my wife Joanne, and she was just asking Roz what she's been up to, and she said, Mo's directing music videos these days.
Right.
And Rozzy and I started talking, and I said, Roz, I'd love to see you in your own music videos, right, Rozzy? Because you were using a lot of
using all stock footage on my previous videos with my songs, all stock footage, producing it.
I love this. And wait, you guys were filming on the beach, and of course, because we're in Los Angeles, who did you run into?
Oh my God, Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan. Next thing I know, I see Rozzy and Pierce on the beach in an embrace, and I'm like, okay, this is going to be a really cool music video. I know that's not in the video, but I'm just telling you the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yes, Catherine knows a lot.
You can use it as an outtake.
Right. Pierce Brosnan was crashing our set.
And I was concentrating. Mo was concentrating. It was Malik that said, I think that Pierce Brosnan just passed us by. I said, Pierce. I said, where? I said, Pierce.
That's exactly how it went down, too, Catherine. That exact imitation of what happened.
I believe it.
And then speaking of Malik again, after Rozzy and I met for the first time or second time, we met
a few times because we had a couple of lunches discussing this. Yeah.
I said, Rozzy, you have to meet Malik. It's time. I said, you're both so amazing. You both have these amazing personalities, these great voices. You're both on the same, path with your music.
And you had just done a video for Malik, who's also a singer, entertainer. So, and he writes music, right? So you had just done his music video. I know you're getting into that, Monique, doing music videos for these wonderful artists.
I love it. And I love telling their message to the world, helping them with their vision, obviously, because they're the singer and they're the star, right? But through their music, they have these messages that they want to get up and out. So that's very important to me when we are creating the concepts, what we want to film, what we want to show to the world, is to make sure that I help them get their message out there. And
why did you think a music video, like, is it that it takes a song and a music and it brings it to life in a new dimension? Did you feel like it would touch people more, Roz, to put your music into a music video?
I basically act when I sing. I love story songs. I love pieces from theater like Meadowlark and things where I can tell a story. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end because it uses my heart. And that's why I always have to relate to what I am singing. I can't do something I don't feel because I have to get the message across to the people. And even Meadowlark had a message about not giving yourself away and depriving yourself because you promised something here, but you're not happy and you're this. And how do you make that move without hurting the ultimate? That's what I made it into. The
Yeah,
metal.
so it has to be something you feel. You won't be singing any heavy metal for us, right?
No. Well, you know what? Funny you should say that. I once tried that too.
That'd
That'd be kind of cool, Rosie.
Wait a minute, that I want to hear.
The thing that I love about Roz, Catherine, is that she's very open to ideas. And not only is she open, she has really amazing ideas of her own, which I loved. And we didn't talk about Malik. Malik is also a producer on this
Yes,
after they hit it
he's a
off.
producer. Mo said to me, I can't do this without Malik. So
we needed Malik.
What can we do? He can produce with me.
Yeah, and he did a great job.
Great job.
Yeah, talk about a great energy guy. And let's mention Malik's last name. They might want to look up his music.
Malik Hanna. He's not only producing with Rosie this music video, he's an amazing singer, entertainer, actor himself, and a great human.
Yeah, very lovely. What I love about this, Catherine, is that we've all come together, and everybody that came into our vision, everybody we cast, everybody we had on crew, all came from their hearts. Yeah. There wasn't any narcissism. There wasn't any jealousies. All were working towards a wonderful project and all loved being there.
You know, and I won't work on any project unless it's like with people that really are like-minded, good-hearted people, because I think that life is too short. Exactly. So we have to be working with good energy people, and you two are definitely great energy women. I also want to mention that you're part of my She Angels Foundation.
She Angels. Yes, you guys women are for women. Let's get it going, girls.
We love our She Angels. Oh,
you guys are a great part. Anybody can be a member, but She Angels Foundation is in LA, but expanding to other cities around the country. And anybody can join. Your donation is tax deductible. And what we do, right, girls, is we give grants to female-founded nonprofits that are helping women and girls initiatives. So I know we all really enjoy the good work that is being had at SheAngelsFoundation.org, and definitely check it out and come mingle with us and let's have a great time.
Come and join. We need more. We need to grow globally.
Yes. Yes, definitely. Well, I'm so glad you all are a part of this, and you both have incredible backgrounds. Roz, I think anybody that would meet you would want to say to you, what was it like to be on the Ed Sullivan Show? What was it like to play at the legendary Plaza Persia Room, Lincoln Center, the Greek Theater? You have really played at some of the most iconic places in the world.
And when I was young, I was the youngest person to play the Persia Room. I was 18 years old.
Yeah, I know you did your first. I read that you recorded your first album when you were a teenager, right?
The day I graduated from high school, from Julia Richmond High School in Manhattan, I was doing Pomp and Circumstance at 9 a.m. and I was at RCA Studio B at 12 noon, starting my first album.
What an incredible career and what a credible ride! Yeah, what a blessing, right?
Yeah, it's a blessing. And you know what? It's not all great things. You go up, you go down. There are, obstacles. There are things you have to maneuver. Sometimes the wrong people come into your life and it takes you a while to weed them out. And I really
think everyone could relate to that. Yeah.
Right? But it's
right now, it sounds like you've gotten to a place that you're surrounding yourself with really good energy, good intention people.
100%, Catherine. It's a joy. It's actually a joy. We love being with each other. We love hanging. I think even the first time Malik met me, he said to Mo, he said, I want to hang out with her. Like we barely had lunch.
Had a connection. For sure.
And so Mo, let's get you in on this conversation and tell us, where can we see this music video? Where will you all be distributing it? Because I can't wait to see it.
I know. I can't wait for you to see it either. It's on YouTube. And then obviously with Rosie, with the song, if you have Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, or any those
across the digital board,
across the digital world.
And so how would they find it on YouTube or Apple or Spotify under The Look of Love, Roslyn Kind?
Yes.
The Look of Love, the Island.
Roslyn Kind. Roslyn has her own channel on YouTube, so you can search that as well. So yeah, thanks for
Yeah,
getting
be
it
sure
out
to
there,
download
Catherine.
this music to support the beautiful work that she's doing. I know I'm going to be getting on my Apple. That's what I use, but many
Yeah.
people use Spotify, want to download it, listen to it in the gym and walking. And, what a beautiful song to download on Valentine's or any time. But The Look of Love, perfect timing for Valentine's Day. The Look of Love / The Island. I know it's a medley. Can't wait to hear it. Super excited about it. I know you're both so talented, and Malik as well. So it's going to be, I know, a real masterpiece, and looking forward to that. But back to my question, what was it like to
Oh, wow.
perform on Broadway and on television and all the great things you've done throughout your entire life?
Well, you know what? It's so funny, and I worked with Aznavour too. I did a special in France with Charles Aznavour called For Me Formidable with Dusty Springfield, and also when I was very
My
young,
God. Yeah.
But I did. Ed Sullivan was my first television national appearance, and it was during a snowstorm, the worst snowstorm in New York at the time. I had to walk to the theater. There
Oh
was
my
people
God.
were stuck in the subway, so actually I had a captive audience that night because most people were home.
Right.
And what was he like?
Um, Kind of strange, actually.
You
Yeah.
seemed a little different. Yeah.
Because he was like, he was loved having me, but it was strange. It was hard to get to know him. You
Yeah.
would run into him sometimes with his wife having dinner at Danny's Hideaway in New York, and she, but he was fun. But the first time we met him, it was at the Drake Hotel where they lived. We went up there and had a meeting, and I actually had an agent at the time that put me up for Hollywood Palace, and they wanted my debut. We were promising my debut to Ed Sullivan, so we went into arbitration. Here I am,
Oh,
a little kid, barely out of high school, and they're arbitrating over me. And I didn't quite understand the whole scenario, but Ed Sullivan won. And we said, well, we'll still do Hollywood Palace. They said, no, we wanted the debut.
oh,
When I
wow.
talk about there are pluses and minuses, it's like everybody's egos, everybody's,
Right.
wanting to be the
Darn, they
face.
were all fighting over our Roz. What a terrible problem.
And did you enjoy being on Broadway?
I love being on Broadway. I
Yeah.
love doing Three from Brooklyn. And I've done, off Broadway too. And I did here at the Beverly Hills Playhouse. We were hoping to go to Broadway, Ferguson the Tailor, but it was at the same time that Rags came out in New York. It was too similar about the garment district and all this. And I played Sadie, and we came into the land of America,
Yeah.
passing the Statue of Liberty and everything. It was a fun show. I did double entendre jokes in that. It was a long show, but it was a great amount of fun. I love doing Broadway. I love doing TV. I love doing TV the most because I could come in and you do your lines and it's a week's work. You start learning the script and you change things and then you block and then you tape 2 shows and you're done. And I love comedy. I love
Yeah. I know you were on The Nanny, which is one of my favorite comedy shows. I just thought that the writing on that show was hilarious.
and a great cast and a great production crew too.
Yeah, yeah.
Really had a
What an
blast.
incredible career. But I love that you're keeping going and reinventing yourself and doing this music video. And Monique, what was your favorite thing about working on this music video? And then I want to talk about what's next for you.
I love uh the whole process really. And it's just for me so much fun to see the concept on paper and get to I really dug deep with Rozzy, wanted to know more about her, and we knew each other, but now we know each other on a whole different level. Um, and it just makes me so happy to see her vision come to life and knowing that she always wanted to star in her own music video and she's a first-time producer as well. I'm just so excited for her overall. And then, seeing it all come to life and everyone
Yeah.
seeing her true passion and her talents and having such an amazing team with Malik and Justin Nodal, who was our DP, everyone
Yeah.
who helped along the way, our cast and crew. It's just the whole experience for me is amazing.
Yeah, you just light up about filmmaking. I can see the joy that it would be to see it on paper and then see it come to life and get it edited and start to air it. And, that is what the joy I think it comes to filmmakers is seeing it actually come to fruition and then having people appreciate it, of course. That's the real thrill, isn't it?
I
Uh,
love it.
and your next project, I know you're working on a unique project for the LGBT community that has a holiday theme to the film, and it's going to be your first feature. And I'm so excited to see that. I know it's forthcoming; it's in the works. You're still fundraising for it, and I want to talk about that today for all of us about fundraising for the arts. But tell us whatever you can about this upcoming movie that you would like to share.
Yeah, it's called Ready Set Christmas. I wrote it during the pandemic with a friend of mine, April Doctolero, who is an amazing actress as well, a great writer. We're producing with Left-Handed Women, three women from Philadelphia, having a blast. It's so much fun raising money. But you can find it
I
on.
don't know about that, but some
Not an
people would
easy
disagree with
task.
that. It definitely can be a challenge, but I think all of us raising money, whether it's
Yes.
for a music video, Roz, or for a feature film, Monique, I think we always have to keep in mind when we're raising that money that we're not raising it for ourselves. We're raising it because it's something that needs to be made and put out into the world. And I wish more people would put an emphasis on investing in the arts. I come from that venture capital world. They pretty much focus on, investing in technology and CPG and things like that. But I do think we need more entities out there creating funds that will fund the arts because it's the arts that impact our society in such an important way. It's actually, I think it's actually film and television movies is what changes culture.
Yes.
So the arts are so important to our future, to our happiness, to education. I'd love to see more venture capital entities actually focused on putting money into the arts. And I know a few are popping up, and
Yeah.
it's starting to be a something that's coming to fruition. I'd just like to see more of it. But yeah, I mean, just women that want to. I hope there's more women that will start thinking about that, not just putting your money into a philanthropic organization, although of course we want that. She Angels Foundation does great work, but also to put it in for-profit opportunities like films like you two are working on, because they could do it as a donation as well,
Yes.
a tax deductible, same as giving to a charity, but you're doing something in the arts that's going to impact society, which is just as important. And so I wanted to have that conversation with you all today about how we need to have more women thinking about how do I get behind filmmakers and how do I invest in the arts to make an impact. Like this film that you're making is very important, Monique. If there's never been really a Christmas movie about two gay women that, with a happy ending and, and something that we really need to see out there. It's an important message. I love what you're doing, and you're both doing things that are taking the arts and using it to impact people in a positive way. So how wonderful is that?
That's the only way. That's the only reason. No matter where I've been before, there was that time in my life in the 80s where I came into that place, that crossroads, where I realized the reason God gave me this talent and the reason I'm here I was regressed, is to heal and to bring the world together. So my music is how I do it. And I want my messages in my songs. That's why I love theatrical pieces, because they have a reason behind them. And this video has a reason, because it's like love is love. That's one of the messages in there. And the
Love
other
it.
message is also about you can find still love after 60.
Yeah,
After
I
60,
love that message
and
too.
there are so many
Absolutely.
women that are, I mean, I haven't yet, but you can't
Will.
give up on it. Never say never, you
That's right.
know? And
Yes.
that's a message for women to
Yeah.
not to back off of not finding it later in life
And,
too.
I find that there's people out there, they might say, well, they might not be a singer, they might not be a filmmaker, but they could still participate in the arts as an investor in the arts, as a producer. So we welcome people reaching out to both of you saying, hey, I'd like to get behind this LGBTQ film that Monique is directing, and she's an award-winning director, and I want to make an impact and be an associate producer by doing that, or getting behind Roz's next music endeavor for other music
Concert
videos and
or
music
concerts, because my concerts also, I have
and concerts.
the picture, which I just told you a long time when we first met, that I wanted to do a show about kindness and bringing hearts together, love and loving, that we have to come from our compassion, from our hearts, from the real stuff that's going to heal the world. We
Absolutely.
need
And, what better way to deliver these messages than through the arts, really? We can talk, but the things that really move us are movies and music, right? And so
Absolutely.
let's talk about where they could reach you all if they would like to be involved in your projects. So, Monique, you want to mention first how to
Yes.
reach you?
I am on all social media as Monique Impagliazzo. My filmmaking, my film company is Manifesting Productions. So you can find me at manifestingproductions.com as well. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok.
Beautiful. And Roz, where do we find you to get involved in your projects, hear about your concerts, and follow you?
Well, I have a website, roslynkind.com. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm now joining TikTok. And was there anything else? Whatever else
Wait
is
a
there?
minute. What? You're joining TikTok? I want to
Well,
see
On
that.
TikTok.
I love that.
I don't know my way around it, but now I have another she angel working with me for
That's
social media.
right. That's
Anna
right.
is now doing my media work for me. She starts today. Actually, she started yesterday while we were editing.
I
Anna
love that.
Graybell, who is a she angel.
She's such a
Catherine is
sweetie
now.
pie. She is
She's the
such a
sweetest.
sweetie pie. All good people, Catherine.
Yes.
All
Wonderful.
good, loving people.
Well, thank you both for bringing the joy through your contribution to the arts in your music, in your videos. The two of you are so talented and such wonderful people. Please follow these ladies, get behind their projects, follow their projects, download their music, watch their movies. And thank you both for being on today. Everybody, you know where to find me on LinkedIn, or invest in her on an Instagram, and She Angel Investors as well. Make it a great day, everybody.